What's up, guys? It's your boy Darkskin, and today we're going to be talking about the best builds for Zhongli. Now, before we get into the video, I do want to say that depending on what build you go for Zhongli will determine what weapon you use as well. My next video, which will come out tomorrow morning, will be going over what weapons to use depending on what builds or, pros and cons of the different weapons. And there's going to be a lot of free-to-play options for you guys that are trying to build your free-to-play Zhonglis. So don't worry, I got you guys covered. Now, talking about the build. Zhongli is a very versatile character. A lot of people don't like him because of him not being just raw damage and that's all he can do, but he brings a lot of different utilities to the table, very dependent on how you build him and what you want him to do. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about the builds. The first build that I want to talk about is the build that I actually showcased in my last video, which was the ult spam build, or the just ult, you continuously cycle your ultimate. That's going to be 2-piece Archaic Petra, 2-piece Noblesse. You're going to get the elemental burst damage, which is really nice, and then you're going to go into the geo damage as well, this is all just factoring into his ultimate, right? Really good. Now, as far as the main stats, you can go whatever you want. It's very dependent on what you want, but I went energy recharge, I went geo damage cup, which if you're going for anything that's not, you either want to go geo damage or physical damage on him. If he's a support, geo damage. If you're going for like physical damage build, which I'll talk about physical damage. And then crit rate always on the headpiece, unless your weapon has crit rate on it, so you can crit. But that's that build right there. The next build I want to go into is a support build. This build is going to be based on basically Zhongli doing good damage and supporting his team from the back. Not only that, but allowing his team to potentially get bonuses. Now, it's going to be 4-piece Archaic Petra. Upon obtaining an elemental shard created through crystallized reaction, all party members gain 35% damage bonus for the particular element for 10 seconds. Now, how it works is, say I drop Zhongli's pillar, right? I drop his pillar, and then it comes into contact with like an electro slime. A crystal will be formed that's an electro crystal. If I pick the electro crystal up, I now have 35% increased electro damage. Now keep in mind, depending on which elemental crystal you pick up, it only works for that elemental character. So the MC cannot use an electro crystal. He won't get the damage. But Beto, whose electricity, will get the electro bonus. So keep that in mind. Another support build that you could go is 4-piece Noblesse. Now this is going to be another ult spamming type of build, but this is not the ult spam build where you want to keep him out in the front, cycle his ult over and over. This is the type of build where you want to use his ultimate and give your team an attack boost while keeping the enemy petrified, switch to your main DPS, do as much damage as possible, and then rinse repeat. So 4-piece Noblesse is also a really good support build on him. You can go whatever substats you want depending. You'll always go Geo Cup for support builds, and then you want to go crit rate unless you have it on your weapon. But right here, you can go energy recharge if you want to. If you want to go into some HP, you can. If you want to go into attack, you can as well. Now, we've went over the ult spam builds offensively and support. We've also went over the Archaic Petra support build as well. Now, let's talk about tank Zhongli. If you guys don't know how his shield works, his shield scales off of his maximum HP. Shield base absorption is 2,500, and then additional shield absorption, 21% of his max HP. So, you want to go all HP percent, everything. I have HP percents on my Barbara, and the reason why I have HP percents on my Barbara is because that's what she scales off of. But whenever I want to run Zhongli as a tank, I will simply switch all of his sets to HP. It doesn't matter what it is, I switch all of it to HP. If you look at my artifacts, 21% HP right here, 18% HP right here, HP main stat, and then this one has some HP on it. I just keep it because it's crit rate, right? And that one's just fine. Gives me 2-piece retracing bully, and that means maiden set doesn't matter. But now I have 40,000 HP, right? 40,000 HP. Keep in mind, you get how strong your shield is 21% of your maximum HP. So 20% of 40,000 is 8,000 on top of the base factor that it's giving you as well. So you're going to be having like a over 10,000 HP shield or something like that. Just something crazy, ridiculous number. And you got to realize his shield lasts for 20 seconds and it's on a 12-second cooldown. So you'll potentially never have this shield down, ever. It'll just always be up. Now, this is if you want him to be a tank. And what I mean by him being a tank is, you know, you pop his shield if you're an Abyss, you switch to your main DPS, you know, you dodge, you do damage, blah, blah, blah. If you need to put your shield back on, you switch to him, you go back into it. But yeah, it's going to be really, really nice if you want to build him this way. So that is going to be tank Zhongli. Now let's get into physical damage Zhongli. A lot of people want him to be a physical damage unit, and I understand why. You know, his auto attacks look amazing. I can agree that I think he has the best looking combos in the entire game. Easy. I think he has the best looking combos in the entire game. So with that being the case, what you're going to want to go is either 4-piece gladiator set, right? You want to go 4-piece gladiator set with a physical damage cup, which most people won't have, right? Who actually has 4 gladiator pieces that have good substats? Almost nobody. Well, if you can't, you can go 2-piece gladiator and then go 2-piece bloodstained chivalry, which will give you physical damage, and make sure you have a physical damage cup with attack percent hourglass, and then you will go into a crit rate headpiece like normal. That is going to net you the most for your physical damage. And then with that, obviously, your Geo's not going to do as much damage, but your physical damage, auto attacks are going to be the brunt of, you know, your damage. Now, those are pretty much all of the builds for him. You have your physical damage build, you have your, 2-3 support builds, you have the tank build, you have the ult spam build. The current build that I'm running on him is his ult spam build. So trust me when I tell you, after using him and switching and, going through all of these different builds, I love Zhongli a lot. I think he's super amazing. I think you guys should build him. I know a lot of people don't like him, and if you don't, that's okay. If you don't like him, that's okay. But trust me when I tell you, it almost does not matter what you build on him. He will do amazing. The only build that's not super crazy is his physical damage build, but the fact that he has a shield, he is the best shield in the game. He's the best tank in the game. If they gave the best tank in the game the strongest attack or the highest DPS, he'd be broken. He just breaks the game. You'll never have to summon again. So, yeah, there you guys go. But, you got your ult spam, you got your 2 or 3 support builds, you have your physical damage build, etc., etc., etc. Now, he doesn't need energy recharge. He doesn't need that much energy recharge. Right now, my Zhongli's energy recharge is at 158%. On my physical damage build, which I showcased it, a day or two ago, he had 120, and he still gets his ult relatively fast. So, he does not need a lot of energy recharge. Keep in mind, his ultimate is 40 energy. But, you can build him how you want, do it how you want. Like I said, tomorrow in the morning, I will be dropping the weapons video for Zhongli. Definitely stay tuned, check that out. I'd greatly appreciate it. But anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Be sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Comment down below. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. With that being said, I will see you guys next time. Peace.